Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. Back with Nick, finally, because we missed last week. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good. It was Easter week. It was Easter weekend, and I
Yeah.
think we kind of decided to take
Yep.
the week off. I had some. I went back to Tennessee for the weekend, and it got a little wild with some family and friends, and we had a good time and stuff. So I was like,
Good.
I completely forgot to like put record an episode with you and stuff. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's fine. I knew it was a holiday weekend, and it wasn't anything. It was no big deal.
gotcha.
No big deal.
But yeah, how are you doing? What's going on in your life?
Pretty good. Just busy with work, I actually was able to work from home this week, so that was nice. I'll be able to work from home next week, but then I have to fly back to Cape Cod, and I think they'll have me start flying in there a little more, so it'll probably be every other week
That's not
for
bad.
a while. No, not bad, but it's still going to interfere with my movie time, fuckers. Don't they realize that they're interfering with my social life? I gotta, but that's okay because I got bills to pay, and so I'm gonna get some shit paid off, and then once I do that, I can go and play in the movies some more.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, it was funny. I told my one kid, my younger son, I said, well, there's 3 movies I've invested in, like not Indiegogo, not oh, mommy's paying for a part. I'm not even, acting shit like that. I said, there's 3 movies I invested in. If I die, these are the 3 movies. The contracts are in my room. Go get them contracts because they owe you money.
Oh my god.
So I was trying to explain to my one son what points on the back end mean, and I'm like, well, I don't know quite it myself, but I gave them motherfuckers money, and you better be getting something back from it. So I'm kind of playing the field. I said, you got 1 in California, 1 in Las Vegas, and then 1 in Florida. I said I spread it out. So
That's not bad.
yeah, we'll see how they go. We'll see if we get anything back. But yeah, I was trying to explain to him because he's like, well, what if they don't make any money? And I said, well, then I'm just out the money. if they don't, if they don't make their money, I don't make any money. I said, but if they do sell it to a distributor, then I'll get my money back and then a little bit more. So hopefully it works. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it does. I mean, yeah, distribution's always a fun game to play with an independent film. It's just like it's a constant thing of just like, who do you go with? Who's safe? Who's going to screw you the least?
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I'm afraid of, because the one guy I don't even know.
Yeah, it's always an interesting game of that. It's just because, I mean, you could invest and go into every horror convention, ever, and you would make something out of it. Not a lot of money, but then if you submit to film festivals, they might not take it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just giving them money. You're just giving them free money then for submissions.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a lot of notoriety, then you can't really call up a distribution company and be like, "Hey, I got a movie here," because I'm sure they get that call all the time.
Yeah.
So it's yeah,
I'm sure.
it's rough.
I'm sure. Yeah, and that's the thing, because 2 of the writer directors I've never worked with before. Like, legit never. The one, I knew who they were because they're I don't know them personally, but they're a legit actor. Been around for many, many years, making mainstream movies. The other one, I just liked a video that I saw that he was in, and I'm like, I'm gonna give him some money. That was cute. If he can do that in a 5-minute video, let's see what he can do. And then the other one I was a little iffy about, but we'll see. So I might be out the money, but I may not. But my son knows to watch for him. So if I die, that's your inheritance.
Go get the contract out of the safe. Here's the number.
Yeah, there you go. There's your. You and your brother can each get 1. Pick a movie. And the other one, I don't know what you're gonna do with. Give that one to the cats, I guess. Somebody needs to take care of the cats.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God. But yeah, a couple of the movies that I've been in, they are premiering at film festivals, so that's exciting. Um, like the one Late Checkout, the very first movie I filmed is actually going to be in a film festival in Tennessee. Did you see me post that on
Yeah, yeah.
Facebook?
Here's the funny thing about that one. That's a Smoky Mountain, like, what is it, Smoky Mountain, like, convention or whatever. That
Mm-hmm.
one's in my backyard where I grew up. I'm not even kidding about that.
Oh my God, you got to go watch
I
it.
am, yeah, no, I'm looking, I'm looking at the dates. I'm making sure I'm free that weekend. I'm gonna buy a ticket and go watch it. I really am. Um, because I looked at it and I was like, what they're doing it there? Because I mean that convention, they've done it the last two times and I've gone to it because like it's literally like 5 minutes from my parents' house. Like it's not that far.
Oh,
And I
that's
would I
funny.
would
Yeah, I'd never heard of it.
because like I would go there and like there's a guy who has comic books and he's got a bunch of horror ones. I would go buy like
Mm-hmm.
a couple $100 from him of old horror comics. Like he'd give me a good deal on them. And there's some people who have some other cool stuff as well that I would go, interact with and stuff as well. So I mean, like once again, it's down the road for me, and like it gives me an excuse to go home for a weekend. But I think this one's a little bit further away, but in kind of the same county, I should say.
Okay.
And it's still, I think they've got it into a bigger convention center. Um, but it's not that far from me, and like like it's not going to be a big deal. I can buy tickets for it and go watch this movie, and it shouldn't be a problem. But no,
Nice.
I'm going to make it a point to figure out what day they show it, and I'm probably going to pre-buy tickets just in case as well. This way, I'm like locked in to go and go see it. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm excited. I mean, that was my very first film. I was nervous as hell. Only got my lines like right before, and that's the one where Derek I've seen on several movies now, but Jaron Lewis is the one that had filmed it, and he actually made me comfortable. First of all, when we were filming my scene, I'd never filmed before. Okay. And they had told me, okay, you're going to walk up and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't wait for action. And Josh was like, you got to wait till I say action. So, okay, I got that. Well, then afterwards, Jaron asked me, he goes, do you want to see your scene? And he showed me and he's like, oh, that looks so good. And I said, my God, I look fucking fat as hell. I'm like, how could you? I mean, that was terrible. He goes, no, you were actually really good. He goes, if you were terrible, trust me, we would have had to, recorded it again. And he said, I would have had no problem having it recorded again. And they took it from like two different angles, and I think they did it twice from each angle. But yeah, so we'll see what we end up with.
yeah, okay. So
But I got yeah.
I'm looking at the address of this. It's in the probably the biggest convention center in that county, which is good.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's in a really really big place. Like they have bigger conventions there for like business and like t-shirts and all kinds of other bullshit things there. So it's in their biggest convention center in the county, so that's good. So they'll have a lot of
Good.
room. There's a hotel nearby
Nice.
and everything, so they're good to go.
Yep, good. So I'm excited about that. And then I was in my first trailer. Did you see me in the trailer for Desert Fiends?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it
know
was
what the
great.
fuck I'm always gyrating my hips for. I did that in Camp Blood too. I'm like, what the fuck is it with me and my hips?
That's just your move. That's what you
It
do.
is my move, I guess. I guess it is. I noticed it was the same fucking move too. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing there, but okay.
Yeah, I mean they have a good like celebrity guest list going on. It's not bad. Let's see. Yeah, they got a bunch of fun people there. And it's happening. Let's see. It's happening August 11th through the 13th of this year. So yeah, it's not bad.
Perfect. Yeah, Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. I'd like to try to go down myself. That's like a 6-hour drive for me, so that's not bad at all. I don't
Yeah,
know. We'll see.
yeah, yeah. That's a 6-hour drive, but I mean, it's like it's East Tennessee. There's not really a lot to do there, so yeah. I mean, and the good thing is, if you book ahead of time, usually the hotels are fairly cheap, so
Nice.
you're good with that too.
Nice.
But no, if you do plan on coming down, let me know so I can
Okay.
so I can like guide you of like actually where to stay. This way you're not staying on like the main strip and you get bogged down with traffic during the weekend because that will fucking kill you.
Oh, God, I hate traffic.
Yeah,
Absolutely
because
hate traffic.
because once again, like that's still a small town, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a major road going through the whole place, but everybody uses it and it's a pain in the ass. You know,
Okay.
I'd rather get you kind of like off to the side or at least to an area to where like you can get to some like decent back roads and get around stuff, and you're not like just sitting in traffic the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah,
That sounds good. We'll do that then.
yeah, definitely.
But those are the things that I'm excited about. Now, the things that I'm not so excited about, small town drama.
Okay.
Oh, dear God, I have told you before, I'm from a small fucking town, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. So I guess we'll start with that shit first, and then we'll go back to destroy a bitch. So, because I still want to destroy a bitch. But no, okay, so I got this friend that, yes, years ago, she made some mistakes in life. Who the fuck hasn't made a mistake, right? And there is this one bitch that just is fucking psycho about destroying my friend's life. My friend has completely turned her life around. You know, she's married, they own businesses, they're becoming pillars of society, shit like that. But this bitch won't let shit go. And she just posted, this just happened today, actually. She posted it last night, but it wasn't pointed out to me till today. She took a screenshot that somebody had posted on Facebook that said shit about my friend's children. Now, granted, when I say children, these kids are like 30 over there, but they're my kids' age.
Yeah,
you know, they're my kids.
Good. No,
yeah, they're my kids' age.
That's good for context. That's good.
Yeah, they're they're children to me. But saying shit about them. Yes, the one has gotten in trouble. He is an addict. He's gotten help. You know, he's working on himself. The other child, they have, you know, they're one of those children that have looked for love in their life. They've been used by different people. They've made some mistakes themselves. But I think the biggest mistake that has happened, my friend dated this man like, what was it, 13 years ago, 12, 13 years ago. My friend was married at the time. Her and her husband were getting separated. Husband moved out. She was dating this guy. Well, one of her friends, which is this shady bitch we're talking about, also wanted this man. Now, I've seen the man. I don't know why either one of them wanted him, but that's besides the point. So she also wanted the man. She was in a long-term relationship for, God, I don't know how many years. She was with her man. Well, she was married and cheated on her husband with this guy, and then she was with him for maybe 15 years. They lived together. Well, both my friend and this other woman decided they wanted the same guy. Destroyed their friendship. Okay, that shit happens. It became so fucking ugly. Like, I was up at this bar one night. They called it the Wet Spot. Fucking tacky ass names in this small ass fucking town.
I love
the
that.
Wet Spot,
I fucking love that.
And so my friend was up there with this guy. And now remember, her and her husband were separated. She was dating this guy. They were going to go full force. Well, this other woman just sat there and she was just talking some ugly shit to me And I'm like, she's drunker than fuck. And I'm like, let's just go. Let's just go and leave them be. Because I'm trying to stay mutual. I had considered both of them friends. I was trying to stay mutual. And they just wouldn't, she wouldn't let it go. And as a matter of fact, I tried to tell the bartender not to serve her anymore, and she got pissed. And you know what? I'm like, look, God, I can't remember what she said, but it was something that pissed me off enough. I fucking walked home, and we're talking probably, let's see, there's 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, about 5 blocks home in the dead of winter.
Oh,
shit. It wasn't quite negative, but it was down in the teens. I fucking walked home. Cool. I was so livid by what she said, and I can't remember what the fuck it was right now, but it was just such an ugly thing to say about my friend and this guy. And I'm like, I don't get why he's a nice guy, but my God, I don't know why you two are fighting over him. Well, my friend and this guy did not work out. Her and her husband decided to try to work things out. So this other girl swoops right in, and she's married to him now. But my friend's like, okay, that's fine, move on. She did end up getting divorced, met love of her life, which is a guy we've known since fucking school, and everything's been moving on. This other bitch has held such a hatred, because she knows she was not his first choice, that my friend and him split up because she went back to her husband, and that's the only reason why he took his second choice and married her. She still to this day, 12 years later, has such a hatred for my friend that she posted some of the ugliest shit I have on Facebook. And I saw it, and I was just like, first of all, this was 12 years ago. Get the fuck over it. Okay? And second of all, why would you say shit about somebody's kids? That's wrong. Why the fuck would you say shit about their kids? And, I'm just like floored. But, and of course, we're being a small town, and there's people commenting on there. And my friend, she texts me. She's like, I am just devastated because they own a local business. Her and her husband do. People are attacking her kids, and people are commenting on this Facebook post about shit that she did years ago. And I'm like, my God, you motherfuckers. I said, you know what? And this is what I put on Facebook. You know what? This town is so small. You all better remember, we know the shit that you did too. Because some of these people, I know the fucking strangers that they went home with in the bars and then wouldn't talk to the next day. I know some of these fucking people that are commenting. And I'm like, remember, this is a very small town.
Yeah. Your
past is known also. Yeah. Yeah. And this bitch is like, I'm a better person than that. I was just, posting what somebody else had said about her. No, you took a screenshot, you posted it on your page and said, yep, see what I'm talking about? And it wasn't even about my friend. It was about my friend's daughter initially. But then all the comments started like attacking my friend. It was bad enough. Like this bitch was like, and this did happen after this bitch and her husband got engaged. My friend was sitting up at the bar just having a conversation, and this bitch walks in the bar and punches her in the face. For no reason. Yeah, no reason. And she's posting this on Facebook tonight. Yeah, I punched her in the face. I got her a good one. Yeah, bitch, you also got arrested and got put on probation, and you were in your 40s at that time. Ooh, that's something to be proud of. What the fuck? Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's fucking wild. Like what? Like yeah, really. Like what the hell's wrong with you? Like, yeah, some
I don't.
people. Yeah, man. She seems like she was how do I say this? Like a pick me bitch from high school. She was like one of the popular girls, and she realized life
Mm,
slapped her in the face a little too hard when she left high school, and there's nothing out there. And
yeah.
she's like, "Well, I'm in this small town. I may as well try to, try to make a name for myself." And making a name for herself was just being a bitch 24/7. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. And it's all directed towards my friend. And I'm like, I don't get it. First of all, your prize was this man that you married. You got him. You wanted him. You got him. So why the fuck are you intent on destroying my friend's life? She could care less that they got married. She does not talk to them. Why are you so focused on her? And I think it's because my friend, like I said, got married to the love of her life. She's doing good. And that pisses this bitch off.
Yeah, I mean that's some people's revenge is just doing good in life and just being happy, and some people just can't stand to see that, so they just get real pissed off.
Yeah, and we're such a small town. This kind of shit gets spread real fast. Like I don't know if I probably because I didn't share it on Facebook, but there was a coffee shop in town that just somebody went in there and took a bunch of pictures. Like one of the managers came in just wearing a tank top or a sports bra, walking around with no shoes, a bunch of shit like that. And that shit got spread all over Facebook too. And complaints were getting made to corporate office and stuff like that. I mean, shit spreads fast in a small town. I mean, you probably don't get into the gossip like of course I'm a woman, Kathy, and I'll be like, "Hey, let's talk." We got to know all the gossip.
No,
but,
I'll get a call once a week from my mom, and she'll tell me what's going on in the small town. And I'm just like, "Yep, I'm glad I don't live there anymore."
Knows. Yep, see, your mom knows.
Yeah, she knows because most of my family's back there, so like they get the brunt of it. So like whenever I'm back, whenever I'm there for like a weekend or whatever, I'll get to hear all of it. And I'm just like, it's one of those things where it's like, living in a bigger city now, it's kind of like I could give two fucks. Like, living in a bigger city, nobody cares about who you are. They're just trying to get around, just trying to get around without incident and do their shit and get their day done. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
But in a small town, apparently everybody's in your business, like all the fucking time.
Oh my God. It is bad here. Oh, and you remember my one cousin that I told you, the one that looked at the cousin titty pics and I said he had a mannequin? I unfriended him and blocked his fucking ass on Facebook. I'm so done with that toxic motherfucker. So my cousin
you said he had a mannequin like outside his house, like on his like porch.
Yes, he has mannequins. Like he names them and shit like that. He was sitting outside with one of them. Yes, that's the cousin. And he doesn't have a nice word to say about anyone. Nobody. And God forbid you don't agree with something he wants. He's the one, like after I did that stand-up and I put that recording on Facebook, he messaged me and was like, hey, can I call you and give you some advice? No, I don't need your advice. Because I knew no matter what he said, it was going to be mean. He is just a mean, unhappy soul. And I used to say he's just an unhappy person. He's just trying to rile people up. Because my sister had even said something to me. And I said, no, I don't think he really means this stuff. He just likes to, get people all riled up. But he's just so hateful constantly. And my one cousin, I posted a pic on Facebook, and my one cousin posted something about, hey, that's a great pic. And this cousin replied with a comment and said, yeah, if she'd lose 50 pounds, nice pic though. And I'm like, that pic was from when I was just in Vegas. I've already lost like 35, you fat, bald fuck. I'm like, you know what?
Jeez.
I deleted him. I'm so done with fucking people, man.
Yeah, I have
So
I have
done.
I have an uncle like that too. Luckily he doesn't follow me, and it's on like Facebook and everything. He's too fucking old. It's almost, I think he's like 80, 85. But
Oh
he
shit.
lives in California. But whenever I'm out there, it's always like it's always just like him fucking complaining. Because like the first time I went out there a couple years ago, it was good to see him. I'd seen him in a while, and he's like, he gave me some shit, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I haven't seen you in a bit. I don't know why you're being hostile. And then every time after that, it's always just been him being hostile. Like, you know, like the family go
Damn.
out, the family go out and see, like, they'll hide the fact from him that I'm in town because he'll want to come like talk to me or see me or whatever. And they're just, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, he came into town a week. Why am I seeing him on the last day of him being here? It's like, I don't know, motherfucker. Maybe because, you know, you're an asshole.
Yeah, and I
Maybe if you
don't
were a little
get
bit
it.
nicer, you know, we'd actually talk. But and like
Are
he's like,
you
yeah, and he's like, he's 80, 85. He's very decrepit, and like he's like, I hate to say it, but he's not gonna last very much longer. Um, and it's just weird to see him like just be this like curmudgeon in his life, and it's like, haven't you realized by now that you being an asshole pushes people away and like nobody wants to talk to you?
I
Because
was
even
wondering if he was like that with everyone.
no, he is, because even my cousin who's trying to be like neutral and get him to talk to the family and being, you know, the liaison for everybody. Like even last year he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." He's like, "I'm done. I can't do this anymore." I was like, "Good for you," because like, and like he's really like he's more optimistic than I am about stuff. But even I, at some point, have realized like you can't change people after a certain age and a certain time, and you can't keep giving your energy to these people because it's a fucking loss. Like, you're not gaining anything, they're not getting any better, and you're just wasting your time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, that's what this bitch sounds like. She just sounds like she's bitter and old and just
Yeah,
is just unhappy because somebody else is happy and she's not. It's like, you're an adult, make your own fucking happiness. I don't know what to
I
tell you.
know. I'm just like, my God, talk about holding a grudge. And I don't get it. You won. You won the man. But, God. No, that's pure and utter jealousy. Yep. But my friend's devastated because a lot of that shit that people were posting in the comments was from so long ago. You know, and they said shit, like I said, about her husband, her kids, and no families are fucking perfect, you know. And it's like, why bring that shit up now? I mean, look at who they are now. Did they make some major fuck ups? Yeah, so have I. Oh God, but yeah, she's really fucking bitter. Speaking of bitter bitches, okay, so that one bitch that I said the other day that pissed me off about the luggage,
Oh
me
yeah,
not
yeah,
being
yeah.
able to check my luggage. So as a
Yeah.
reminder to everybody, this is the bitch that posted on my Facebook. I really should just get off social media. Obviously, I have a problem with Facebook in particular. I get so riled up about people's posts.
Yeah,
Makes me so mad.
God, I used to be that way, but then I just started posting funny, dumb shit, and nobody cared. So it's like, I, I, and that's the thing is like, I just whenever I see that stuff on Facebook, it's just like I ignore it because it's Facebook, and that's what it's become now. This political cesspool of just people thinking they're right and they have to
Yeah.
spout out their beliefs and they're the only ones who matter. And it's like, man, I'm here to post dumb shit, like, you know, really funny memes, dumb shit, and just have a good time. I could care less about anybody's political views. It's like, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really matter. It really
Well,
doesn't.
and I think a lot of people, I mean, I can tell you, as soon as Facebook came around, my social life started dying and I think I became more depressed. But I think the thing with social media, you feel kind of protected because I'm thinking, you know what? Some of that shit that people are posting, would you say that shit to my face? You
Yeah,
know,
there's that.
it's that, what is it? Anonymous? I can't pronounce it. You're anonymous.
Yeah, you're not.
So they have that kind of protection and they say shit to people that they really wouldn't say in person. But I would say in person because I'm that kind of person. There ain't shit I would say.
Yeah.
I would say on Facebook that I would not say to somebody's face.
No, that happened. Yeah, that actually happened with me and my older cousin like years ago when he was on Facebook and he finally got on there. He's about like 5 to 10 years older than me, and I don't know, man. He's fucking weird. He was posting stuff about current events and things like that, and I was just like, I was trying to be very practical. I was like, listen, this event that happened, it happened less than 24 hours ago. The information you've gotten is very fresh and new. Things might change tomorrow. Just, keep that in mind. And he's like, oh, you're wrong. You're protecting this person. This and that. I was like, I'm not. I'm just trying to be practical about this, man. Like, this thing happened like 8 hours ago and it's all over the news. Give it time to marinate. Give it a week. Things will change, just hold on there. Don't go off on social media just because you feel emotional, man. He's like, oh, it's, this, that, and the other's my page. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. And then I think like, and I kept trying to be practical about it. And like, I think around Thanksgiving, he said something and he's getting in my face and, and stuff like that. And I was like, he's like, oh, let's take this outside. I was like, okay, let's take it outside. There'll be 2 hits. Me hitting you and you hitting the fucking ground. Then what? He shut up real quick because I was like, no, let's go right now. And,
oh shit.
Yeah, because like I was at my front door and everything, and I pulled it out. I was like, come on, man, let's do this right here, right now. Since you feel like a tough guy, let's go.
And you're a big dude.
Yeah, but and like I straight up told him, I was like, I'm not fucking around. Don't be a little pussy bitch. Let's go. And he's like he's like, no, man, no, I'm just joking. Okay, I was like, all right, I'll remember that next time you fucking joke then. So I was like, yeah, it's like I called him on it. Like I've known him my entire life. I know that he's a pussy piece of shit. Like I know who what kind of person he is. So I called him out in front of everybody, in front of the whole family on Thanksgiving, and he didn't say shit to me ever again. Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are just yeah, you confronted him and he ain't gonna have it.
No, yeah, he acted like a little bitch, and I was like, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, I have, and like, people, I mean, like, I have people say that shit to me online as well, and it's like, I have, like, it's fine, it's fine, I understand the anonymity, I understand that, it's good, whatever, but say it to me to my face in public and see what happens, like, I have 0 fucks to give, I do not care.
Yep, yeah, that's my thing. First of all, I don't say shit that I'm not willing to back up.
Yeah.
If it's something I don't want other people to know, I don't tell nobody, because I can tell you right now, there is shit that has happened in my life. There is shit that I've done in my life that I will take to my fucking grave. Nobody knows.
Yep.
That's just how it is. That's the only way that, kind of keep shit private. But yeah, I don't know. Facebook has just become such a fucking cesspool. Not just Facebook, really all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I finally deleted that one chick, so this is what I was going to tell you about her. So I dated this chick, her name, let's call her, I don't know anybody named Sally, so I'll say Sally. So I dated Sally's brother way back when. And I know I was going to call her out by name, but I don't know. I might. I still might.
Small town. I understand.
Small town. So I dated Sally's brother way back when and lived with him for a minute. And we were never close. She's only a couple years older than I am, but we never hung out when I dated her brother. Years later, if I saw her out at the bar, we had mutual friends, we would hang out, and things like that. But we didn't have it's not like she would call me up or I would call her up and we would go do things. It was just, oh, you're here with so-and-so and I'm going to hang out with them kind of thing. Well, she, a few years ago, this was more than a few years ago. Do you remember the one guy that I talked about that I said I was dick drunk and I went to his house and went,
yes.
I told you, small fucking town. So she, after I dated him, was dating him. So Sally was dating my dick drunk guy. And she must have gotten dick drunk too, because she was all into him. And that's fine. You want my leftovers, even though I had a bad situation. That's fine. You know, there ain't a lot of men in this town. We got some slim pickings here, so I get that we got to swap sometimes. So it's fine. Well, she called me because they had broke up. And she's like, well, I got some questions for you, because we never talked about him and we never talked about personal things. If I saw her out, we just, had a few drinks and that was it. And she's like, I got some questions. She goes, did you ever loan him money that he never paid you back? And I said, well, yes. As a matter of fact, I filed a lawsuit against him, which I won, but he included me in his bankruptcy. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. And so she kept calling me like every day and just chit-chatting. And I don't have a shit ton of girlfriends. And she's somebody I'd known for a long time, hung out with, and we were just chit-chatting. I mean, I was like, oh, we're getting to be closer friends. And yes, she would ask me questions about him.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that feeling that it was like, that's all she wanted to talk about. And we talked about hanging out when I got back to town and shit like that. So I come back home to Decatur and I happen to text her and I'm like, hey, I'm in Decatur, if you want to do something this weekend. And she's like, no, sorry, I can't. I'm with so-and-so. And I said, jokingly, hey, while you're with him, why don't you ask me about my money? LOL, because we had talked about that several times, about this money he borrowed from me and never paid back. And her response was, that's really none of my business. Bitch, you just spent weeks calling me like every motherfucking day. Hey, what'd you do today? How's it going? Now, how much did you loan him again? And yeah, he's such an asshole, until they started working shit out, right? I get it. I get it. That dick was tasty. She got it again. So that's fine. That's fine. I ain't worried about it. It's okay.
Oh,
so they break up. Time goes past. We hang out a few more times because, again, it's a small town. We ain't got a lot of people hang out with here. And she, God, what did she do at the bar that one night? I can't even remember what she did that one night. So we'll bypass that. I'll remember it later. But we were sitting up at the bar this one night, and she was talking about this mutual friend of ours that had moved out of state. She moved out of state with her boyfriend, and two of her sons, her other son, stayed here. And man, she was just dogging this girl. And they'd known each other all through school, and she was just like fucking dogging her. Yeah, she said I could have this party at her house, and it was trashed, and the water was off, and blah, 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 just fucking dogging her. I never told our mutual friend shit. If she listens to this podcast, she's going to find it out now, because they'll know exactly who I'm fucking talking about. But I didn't say shit. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? Because friends fight. I'm like, they'll figure their shit out, and sure enough, they did. Well, a couple years ago, this mutual friend of ours has a son, or had a son, who committed suicide. Yep, he left a note, or I think he did leave a note. Definitely called his mom first, but anyways. Oh God. So it was devastating. 19 years old. So this goes out to everybody. If any of you need to talk, reach out to somebody. Fucking reach out on Facebook or whatever. It just decisions you make, especially that young, it's lifetime,
Yeah.
yeah, it was devastating for the
I
whole family.
I've been very fortunate in the fact that I've never known anybody who's done that in my life. But anybody who's had friends who've done that, I can't imagine what you've gone through. It's
Hmm.
it's just yeah, it's a yeah, it's just a devastating thing that happens all of a sudden and you just can't
Yep.
you try to understand everything and you can't. It's rough.
Yep. So you're really going to understand this next part then. So my friend and her boyfriend and her other two sons, the surviving, the one son was already with her, the other son was here. She had three total. So they came back here. He was cremated, and they were going to do like a whole kind of celebration of life at a friend's house.
Yeah.
Big cookout, celebrate him. This 19-year-old child that thought that was it in life. And this bitch, Sally, it was her birthday, the day of this party.
Oh my
And
God.
and she comes to the memorial, and we're all sitting there. And now remember, there's all mutual friends, and they went to school together, so there's all kinds of mutual friends going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes, and we're sitting there, and it's getting later. It's like 8-9 o'clock, and everybody's just sitting around this one table, and they're talking about stories about this kid, and we're there to support our friend, and this bitch Sally's like, well, are we gonna leave yet? Everybody, these other girls that were there, hey, are we still going to go to such and such bar? I can't remember which one they wanted to go to. Are we still going to go? And they're like, yeah, we'll go. But we're talking to, our mutual friend here for a little bit because she lives out of state and she's in town. She lost her fucking son. And so she kept asking and kept asking. And it got to the point I almost said, even though we hadn't hung out in a while, I was going to tell her, look, I'll go with you if you want somebody to fucking go for your birthday so bad. Well, finally, everybody just kind of got up. It got to be like 11 o'clock. And these girls that she was supposed to go out with, they're like, oh my God, it's that late. And now we can't go out. We're going to go ahead and go home. Another one went off with our mutual friend because she was upset and they were going to go talk. So it was just me and this bitch, Sally, sitting there. And I said, happy birthday. I said, it does. I'm sorry that you didn't get to go out like you really wanted to. And she goes, that's okay. My birthdays always suck. I'm used to it. And I'm like,
yes,
you fucking, to this day, I never told our mutual friend. But like I said, if her or her sister listens to this podcast, they're going to know, because I'm like, that fucking cunt. We were here at this memorial because this 19-year-old kid fucking blew his brains out.
jeez.
And this bitch was pissed because she couldn't go out for her birthday.
Yeah, I want to punch her in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez,
Mm-hmm.
like
This
like
is a small town. People are going to know who I'm talking about.
I honestly hope they do, and they give her shit for it because that's like
And
you
that's
don't
why when she was, I'm done. Done
yeah
with people like that.
yeah I mean read the goddamn room. It's not all about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
come the fuck on.
Yeah, it's not like, and even if it was your 16th, your 18th, your 21st birthday, my God, you're 50-something years old. She
Yeah,
just
exactly.
lost her goddamn son.
Yeah, exactly. You're in your 50s, like you're past an age where it should you're past the age where it should fucking matter, in all honesty. Like, where people will probably give you gifts, send you a text message, talk to you for a bit, whatever, that's fine. But you're past the age of going out to a goddamn bar and celebrating because
Mm-hmm.
that's come on, man. And like
Yep.
you said, like this horrible thing happened to this family. and
Yeah.
they need the moral support of everybody that was touched by this
Mhm.
kid and knew them, and they need that time to mourn and to grieve, because that's an incredibly terrible thing that happened to them, and it's probably going to scar them for life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And this bitch is concerned because she didn't get a goddamn shot at the bar.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like
Yep.
some
And
fucking
that
people.
is why I hate small towns, because those are the kind of people that live in a town as small as mine is.
Jeez.
Yep. 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 And that's why when she was posting that shit on Facebook, I had already, when she did that, I was already fucking done with her. I never went out with her again, never had drinks with her. I lost all respect for her. None. She has fucking kids the same age.
Jeez.
So for her to act so dismissive that our mutual friend had lost her child, I just lost all respect for her. I never wanted to hang out with her again. But being a small town, my God, it's the kind of place where it's like, I wonder why so-and-so deleted me from Facebook. And then you see him at the grocery store and you're like, maybe I better go down the other aisle. So, I mean, they deleted me. I don't know
Yeah, that's
why.
well, one thing you can do is I think you can like unfollow them to where like their stuff doesn't come up as much. I mean, they'll see your stuff, but like you won't see theirs at all.
No, I want them to know I deleted them. Delete, block, bye.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, no, I didn't block this Sally bitch. And there was somebody had posted on Facebook. There's a guy in Decatur they're looking for. He's wanted for questioning in the death of, I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his wife. And the person who had posted is like, if you're looking for this, the Decatur police are looking for this person. He was the last person to see her alive. Yes, he was abusive to her. This is where he works. Let us know if you see him. And they posted on Facebook. And of course, this bitch Sally was like, you're spreading rumors about somebody and you don't realize how much this is hurting his family and him, and you don't know what happened. And it's like, okay, is his wife or girlfriend dead? And do the police want to question him? That they're not saying he killed her. That's not what the person posted. All they wanted to know, if you see him, call the cops. But yeah, that's the kind of person she is. I guarantee this is probably a guy she wants to fuck. She's one of those people. Yeah, that's what she did that night we went out for her. God, that was a birthday of hers, I think the year before. She kept saying that she had somebody that was just her fuck buddy, but then was real pissed because she couldn't get a hold of him because she didn't have nobody to fuck for her birthday. That's what it was.
Well, I mean, if he's just your fuck buddy, that don't mean you own him. You're
I know.
you're in the rotation, bitch. That's how it works. It's like, if you're seventh and number 6 answers the phone call, it's not your turn.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was the time at the bar that I said, I can't remember. I'll probably remember it later. That's what it was, because it was her birthday. It was a time that we had gone out, and she was like, oh, I want to get laid for my birthday. And she couldn't get a hold of him. And she was pissed because I drove her ass home. And she was like, oh, I don't even get laid for my birthday. Well, bitch, I ain't been laid in how many years? Huh? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You'll live. God damn.
Oh God, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just it. It's like he called, once again, it was not her turn that night. That's all it was. It was not her turn that night. Somebody else answered the phone when he called, and it was probably closer, and it was within, a certain amount of time. He's like, fuck it, I'll do this.
Yep. But yeah, I want to hear stories that people have of their small towns, because I know some of our listeners are probably from small towns too, and they probably all have fucking stories like that. Maybe not as bad, or maybe worse. I don't know. You probably don't remember any of the stories your mom tells you, do you? You probably just let it go in one ear and out the other.
God. No, there was one that happened recently, and it's really there's one. How do I say this? I'll just say it. It's fine. Um, I lost my grandmother November of last year. She
Hmm.
was the pillar of our very small town community because we're all Indian, just so everybody knows. And she was the one of the oldest ones there. She's probably one of like the last five like really old grandmothers in that town. I think there are like two or three left, but she
Mm.
died in November. And one thing I fucking hated to hear was that everybody was giving their condolences. It's like, oh, we wanted to come by, but we couldn't. It's like
Mm.
we all work in this town. The downtown area from my house is 15 minutes away. You all live within that vicinity as well. There's no fucking excuse. And I remember, I think
Mm-mm.
my cousin is my age is like, oh, we need to we need to do something for the Indian community. I was like, go fuck yourself, because they never did anything for us. They call
Mm-hmm.
themselves a community, but they're all backstabbing assholes. They'll talk over people, talk under people, and talk behind people's backs. So it's kind of like fuck them, And it's
Damn.
like, and even for the funeral, it's like we had very distinct invitations. It's like you only get one because you were a friend and you were part of our lives, and we
Yeah.
respect you. That's it. Anybody else could not come in. That's
Wow.
how we did it, and we were very very strict about that. We had the funeral home was kind of to provide security, and like we gave everybody the invitations in a certain way. This way they were the only ones to come in, and a
Yeah.
lot of people got pissed off when we were like, "Fuck you, we don't care."
Yep.
If you cared, you would
I
have
don't
come over
blame
the
you.
last couple of years to come see her, and you didn't. So yeah,
Yeah, I hate that shit. You never come around, never ask how somebody's doing, what you can do to help them, or even just visit. But yet they die, and suddenly everybody's fucking there.
oh no, and it happened recently. One of my uncles who like literally lives like 2 minutes away from my mom would come probably like once a month to come see her in the last couple of years. Now that she's gone, he doesn't talk to my mom at all. No text messaging,
Oh.
no nothing. Like he has ghosted her, and I'm just like, that's that's really fucked up. And
Mm-hmm.
he's the one who at the funeral said, "Oh, if you need anything, call me. If you need anything, call me." It's like,
Oh, I hate that.
all right, sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fuck those people. Fuck them all.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
why
I
this is
hate that shit.
this is why I like having friends as opposed to family, because you can really denote who's loyal and who's not really quickly, and who's worth giving your time
Exactly.
to and who's not. That's why I like having friends more than family, because you can like pick and choose and move people out of your life, and things like that. It's a lot easier than like with family, who you have to all constantly contact and constantly say happy birthday to and congratulations to and this, that,
Mm-hmm.
and the other. It's a pain in the ass.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely true. And that's probably why I kept my one fucking cousin on there so long, because he was family. And I'm like, no, he's family. And I'm like, fuck it. It's not like I get invited for Christmas. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever.
it's bullshit.
It is. It is. But yeah, maybe other people have stories about their small towns, or if you want to tell us about family, send any of that in to ericadyerpodcast at gmail.com. But yeah, that was the drama that was going on today, because I was getting so mad. But yeah, Facebook really, I think, is what started, because MySpace probably was the beginning of it. I still have a MySpace account, by the way. Um, I do. Uh, but I think MySpace was kind of the start of it, but then when Facebook came out, that completely took over. Yeah.
Yeah, it did, because I remember being in college and like having like it was weird to me at the time to have two accounts, because I was just kind of like, why do I need Facebook when everybody I know is on MySpace? And
Mm-hmm.
then everybody, and like it would happen because it was funny the way it happened, because I was in college and everybody Facebook started as a college thing, and so everybody's trying to get onto Facebook because like they're trying to communicate with their friends, people who had like moved away and
Mm-hmm.
things like that and stuff. And so you needed certain credentials to be on Facebook to get in their thing. And I did, and once again, like it was weird back then to think about being on two platforms. Like it was really awkward to be on Facebook and MySpace. It didn't make any sense to anybody because it's like, oh, the people are on this as well. But it's also like the features of Facebook were a lot more than MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why people kind of migrated
Yep.
over to that, which seems like a mistake now.
Yeah, well, shit, now Facebook's for old people. Nobody, it's only above a certain age group that uses Facebook. Now it's Instagram and TikTok, and I think Instagram is a little bit starting to go a little to the wayside.
Yeah, as well, because everybody's using TikTok, and they're using. I know my nieces and nephews are using Snapchat to communicate all the time with now.
I think my younger son uses Snapchat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Snapchat is the company for all the all the Gen Zers now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I know Facebook and Instagram, while they're both owned by Facebook,
yeah,
or Meta, whatever you want to fucking call them now. But yeah, I think both of those are starting to. I mean, they'll never truly be gone. But kids are moving on to other things. And Elon Musk has just fucked with Twitter so goddamn much. That dude is nuts, man.
He is.
He is such. But he's like one of those that it's like sometimes I'll read his post and I'll be like, my God, that guy is fucking crazy. And then I'll read other posts and I'm like, my God, he's a genius.
Yeah, I know. That's the way I feel about it. It was like I like him to a point. Like I like what he's doing in technology, in progressing certain things. That's what I like about him. His day-to-day thoughts I can kind of like throw away. Yeah,
especially his random ones that are like in the 3-4 a.m. and you're like, why are you not sleeping at 3 or 4 a.m.?
He's probably done enough sleeping. He's like running four more companies now. That's why. But no, like I do like him because he's like an innovator. That's really why I like him.
Yeah. When he posts the shit about the internet that they're trying to, what is it, Starlink or whatever?
Yeah. Starlink, and I think he's trying to get his Starship off the ground in like this week. They want to launch like I think today or tomorrow or some shit like that. So
looks like tomorrow. Launch attempt tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, and like that's why I like him because he's essentially started the US on the EV thing because the only thing we had were hybrid cars like the Prius in like 2012 or some shit. That was as far as we were going to go, but then he pushed EVs to be cool and sleek and awesome, and that pushed every other car company to do that as well. Also he started the new space race, which I think is amazing and I love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I like. But I mean, I agree with like his day-to-day stuff is like it can be here or there. Like it's wild. But his overall long-term plans for stuff I think are very interesting.
Yeah, and he's actually funny. That one meme that I posted, you might respect the penis, but do you? And then it was a picture of a guy and his name is Honor D. Balzac. Do you honor the ball sack? D. Balzac. Yeah, that was his. He posted it on Twitter like real early in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, some of his stuff is quite good, and then other ones just like, all right, dude, you need to calm down, like go smoke a joint and go sit in the forest for an hour, just like ease back, go take a goddamn break.
Yeah, somebody posted something one time on Twitter about you're the moron that bought or spent like $42 billion on a Twitter or some shit like that, and he responded, the judge made me. That's all he responded. I was like, oh my God, I'm dying.
Yeah. No, sometimes it gets them, man. And that's fun. That's fun to see. It's like when the billionaire dunks on you, like publicly, you can't go anywhere. Like you fucked up, man.
Oh God, yeah. He is like an evil genius. But yeah, no, when he posts things about the Starlink one, I think is the one that I like the most because he is trying to bring the internet to some of those areas of the world that would probably never see it.
Yeah, and I've seen so many hacks for people who are trying to put the Starlink antenna into like their RVs and stuff and like try to install it. Like some people have made like 3D cases for it so that they can just be mounted on top of their RV. So like whenever they park, they can start up Starlink and get internet to like, run their business or to get emails, things like that. And I think that's like, and as far as I've seen, he doesn't have anything against it. And like, whenever there's security problems with Starlink, he's the first one. His team is always like really good at like patching them very quickly. So he's always like on it all the time, like making sure that it's reliable and that it's safe and that people can get on there. So
yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where like he's doing a lot of innovative stuff. So I mean, it's like he's gonna fuck up a lot because I think he's still kind of like feeling around in the dark for some things that he's not, really good at. So he's just kind of like going along and doing it. But I don't know, man. He's doing what he can. I'm not gonna say he's the best thing since sliced bread, but I mean, he's at least trying.
Yeah.
He's doing more than Jeff Bezos is. Let's put it that way.
Oh, Bezos isn't doing shit. He just wanted to take his girlfriend up in space, I think. I haven't heard nothing about his space race anymore. I mean, he's kind of done with it.
Well, and even Virgin Galactic, Branson's thing is like bankrupt. They needed $200 million to like get back up in the air.
Yeah, all three of them were like, we're going to go to space. And the other two were like, okay, we've been to space. Let's move on. Like, okay. I don't hear anything about them anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think with what is it? What is it? Blue Origin, which is Bezos's one.
Mm-hmm.
He's extremely secretive about it, and I think that's to his detriment. But I understand him being secretive about it. Just how he is. With SpaceX, they're all public. It's like, yeah, we're doing launches, and like they have YouTube lives. They're on Twitter live. Like they're all over the place with updating people all the time, and like
so people know the name and they get excited about
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. And, that's
But I think Bezos is keeping his shit for the rich people. Because every time a rocket goes up, it's always actors or rich people that are going up in it.
Yeah.
He ain't taking no normal people.
Yeah, that's true. But also, here's the thing I really do love about that, because you remember Branson like went up in a rocket and then came back down. Bezos did the exact same thing, went up in a rocket, came back down. Musk is like, go fuck yourself. He put people in space for 3 days and then brought them back down. Like he's like no, and he's like I'm not even gonna I'm gonna go past orbit. I'm gonna go past just putting them up there and coming down. They're gonna be in orbit around the Earth for 3 goddamn days, and then I'm gonna bring them down safely.
That's amazing.
You see, and he's
that is fucking. I would have done it. That's amazing.
God. And like the greatest thing is that during that time he had a bunch of experimental devices in the cabin in the capsule that were testing out for reasons, making sure it was entirely safe. He had heart monitors on the people as well that were experimental, that were brand new. He had a ton of brand new tech in there that he was like testing out as well. And all the money he made from, I think, the live stream and whatever that he gave to like children's cancer, some sort of children's hospital he gave to. And I was like, fuck, man, what the hell? Like, he's milking this like this media thing like to death, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I did love how he showed up Branson and Bezos like really quickly. I was like, oh shit, dude, you don't play.
No, man. Oh God, yeah, he probably will make it. He's gonna send people to Mars. You watch. Probably before we're dead, there'll be people he sends to Mars.
Yeah. I know. I know he's gotten both contracts for the NASA moon stuff. It was just him, and then it was him and like Lockheed Martin, but I think he's got both of them now. So he's going to he's working on that.
I never have known why we never went back to the moon. I mean, we only went once, and that was it. I'm like,
well, I mean, we beat the Russians and everything else, and then it didn't become viable. And then what happened is that the Air Force bought the Air Force got involved with NASA, and that's how we got the shuttle program, because it was supposed to be their thing as well. And it's a whole like historical thing that happened. And then we just went into lower orbit and we built the International Space Station for bullshit. But no, I'm glad he came around and is just like, fuck you, we're going back. And now we're having a whole space race again. And when the first Artemis went up, finally, I was so happy about that, man. But I think we're gonna have actual people on the second one, and I don't think the second one's going to land on the moon. I think the third one's going to. So the second one's just going to go around the moon. It's going to be like the furthest orbit we've ever been out with anything we have with humans on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way it's going to swing
Well,
around the
that's
moon, it's going to
amazing
be
too.
yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
the farthest distance we've ever gone with people in a in a ship kind of thing. So
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, he's fucking nuts. I
yeah.
always I always watch his Twitter. Some of the shit I'm just like, ugh, you're an asshole. Oh, you got another kid? What the fuck? How many kids you got to have?
Him
Dude?
and Nick Cannon are trying to are trying to take over the world. I swear to God,
Repopulate the world. Fucking Nick Cannon, man. He needs some help.
he needs a he needs a vasectomy and like something like a hug is what he needs.
Yeah, my sister swears up and down that little girl that fucking I don't know, that blonde chick that was with Johnny Depp, that little girl is Elon Musk's. Like he gave her some sperm for that kid. She's like, you watch, that's his baby. I'm like, you know, it could be. That could be how she's living and not acting. That could be his kid. Who knows?
God,
he was just like giving his sperm to everybody.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think he's got like close to 10 kids or something like that. It's
baby for you, baby for you. Yeah, because I think him and his wife lost one when it was a baby. But yeah, I think he does have about 10 because he has 2 with that one singer chick, and then twins with that lady that works for him. That was a surprise to everybody. And then yeah, I think he had 5 with his ex-wife, and the one passed. So yeah. I think he does.
Well, I mean, it's one of those, and also it's like he's a billionaire, so he can take care of them all. So it's not like he's just like
And the other ones are older. He has spread his children out. Where fucking Nick Cannon, it's like, okay, well, you might see Daddy this month because all the fucking kids are about the same age. They're all within a few years of each other. Where Elon Musk, he has adult children and toddlers.
That's true. Yeah, like Nick Cannon is trying to make a fucking junior league baseball team or something. God. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I think he has a mental issue to want that many children. I do.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I remember him recently in the news about wanting Taylor Swift to have one of his kids, and I'm just like, all right, man, you need to calm down.
No shit.
And then
I'm just spreading my seed.
And on the opposite end, on the opposite end of that, Pete Davidson doesn't have any kids, and he's been with like 5 women this last year.
Gorgeous women.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it? Because he's not attractive.
No,
I'm sorry. He is not attractive.
He is.
I look at him and I'm like, I don't know what they see unless it's like
he's hung down to his knees. I'm sure. I'm fucking sure of it.
Oh, he'd have to be, and he's funny. He can be funny. He's not my favorite, but he can be funny. But his dad also was a firefighter that had died during 9/11.
Yeah,
and so he was raised by a single mom. But whoever that first superstar model that dated him, he needs to thank her, because then everybody afterwards was like, what'd she see in Pete Davidson? I better try that out.
Yeah, it was Ariana Grande is who it was, I think, first.
Oh, okay.
And she was a nutbag. Oh, she was crazy. Oh. There was a video of her licking all those donuts and being like, no, I'm not gonna pay for them. I'm like, what compelled you to do that? Why?
I don't know, man. But yeah, I look at pictures of Pete Davidson. Like the first thing I ever saw him in, I'm like, oh my God, they put those dark bags under his eyes. Oh my, that's a terrible movie. And then I was like, oh, that's how he looks. He just has that like sunken, like crackhead looking face where his eyes are all sunk in. Yeah, he's not attractive.
Yeah, he did. No, he did do a movie that came out during the pandemic. I think it was like called King of Staten Island or something.
Oh yeah.
Done by Judd Apatow, and I think Bill Burr was like trying to be a stepdad or whatever, and Bill Burr was playing a fireman as well, and was trying to like date his mom or something like that. And Bill Burr did an amazing job, but like it was a really good dramatic movie. Like Pete Davidson did really well, and then Judd Apatow did a good job of like, directing and everything. It was a lot of fun. It was really good.
Yeah.
Even his mom was in. I mean, I think his mom was actually in the movie. She plays one of the nurses when he goes to the hospital or something.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing that in one of the interviews. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. At least she's in it as well. She's not just like on the side of it. She's actually in it. So
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. Because I
Yeah, he
think
must have a great personality.
yeah, because I think he still lives with his mom, or or his mom lives with him, and he takes care of her like fully or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
So
probably one of those situations where, he pays all the bills, but technically, and he's probably never home, making movies and dating whoever. I don't know who he's dating now.
I mean,
Who is he
I'm
dating?
honestly surprised he didn't get like changed by one of the Kardashians. Like honestly, like that didn't fuck him up. I'm really surprised about that.
I am too. But you're right. He does not have any children.
Yeah, he
and
doesn't.
that is shocking.
Yeah,
but
his pullout game is immaculate. Either he's shooting blanks.
Either he might have had a vasectomy. Who knows? Either that, or he's really, really intent on not having children, and he lets them know. But yeah, he's not dating randoms either.
That's true.
Fuck, he's dating these women that they probably don't want children right now either.
Yeah.
It looks like he's dating Chase Sue Wonders. I don't know who she is.
He's getting passed around like a peace pipe, that guy.
Oh, God, isn't he, though? Yeah, you're right. All last year. Different gorgeous woman every few months. Gorgeous women every few months.
Oh, yeah. Just like tens across the board. It's like, how are you doing this? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, God, when he dated Kate Beckinsale, I was like, what are you thinking of? You are gorgeous. But if you look at her ex-husband that she had that kid with, I think she likes those men that look kind of
look kind of trashy.
She goes for personality.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cuz I love her ex let's see. I love her ex-husband in the shit. Michael Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her ex-husband.
Okay.
Kate Beckinsale. Yep. They have a daughter together. And I just love him. There's shit I've seen him in. I think he's an excellent actor and shit. I'd date him. I think he's attractive. But he's my kind of attractive, not Kate Beckinsale's kind of attractive. She could get, I don't know, some fucking model looking guy.
Yeah, I've had a crush on her probably since Underworld 1, and I'm just like, oh God.
Yep. Yeah, she likes normal looking men, I guess. That's the way to say it.
That's good to know. I've got a chance then. I've got a chance.
You got a chance. You got a chance.
I just got to be in London when she's single. That's about it. That's...
Oh shit. Oh, well, on that note, we will go ahead and we will leave it on the high point with thinking of Kate Beckinsale. That's somebody we can both think of tonight. No, I'm kidding. I love her.
Oh God, that's true.
She's good enough for both worlds.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we found somebody that everybody likes.
Yeah, exactly.
Both sides can agree on that. That's good.
She's gorgeous. She's beautiful.
And I mean, she's been in Hollywood for a while. She's probably switched up, every now and again.
She probably, hey, you never know.
Yeah, those weird Hollywood parties, Things happen. Things happen.
Exactly. Oh shit. But yeah, think of questions, comments. Tell us about your small towns, your love of Kate Beckinsale. But yes, I hope people write us at ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com. But I think I am good for right now.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll get everybody back on the next episode.
All right. You take care. Have a good night.